100 years is a long time for anything, especially a family business. Germantown dentistry is reflecting on a century of smiles. Kristen Byrne has that story.
There's a lot of history at County Line Dental. The first Dr. Watson started the practice in 1921.
There weren't any commercially available demonstration models for dentists. So my grandfather made his own.
That's Dr. John Watson, the third Dr. Watson to run the dentistry. Dr. John says his grandfather left quite a legacy, including performing the first root canal in Wisconsin.
Grandpa started getting out his extraction forceps. He was going to take the tooth out. And he looked at him and says, "You sure there's nothing else you can do? I'm really attached to this tooth."
So Dr. Watson told his patient about a new procedure he just read about.
And he looked at him and says, "Well, if it doesn't work, you can always pull it." So he tried it. And son of a gun, it worked. And when he died at 105, he still had that tooth in his mouth.
Dr. John saw many of the same patients as his grandfather and learned a lot just from looking into their mouths. But he spent most of his time working with his dad.
I learned so much from my dad. I think I learned more from my dad the first year I was out of Marquette than I did the whole 4 years I was in Marquette.
But now Dr. John is looking toward the future. His own kids weren't interested in dentistry, and he's ready to retire.
It's time to move on.
That's where Dr. Jessica Gruber comes in.
Dentistry is a huge family business. As you can see, Dr. John's grandfather was a dentist, his dad was a dentist, now he's a dentist. I'm a little bit of a lone wolf, so they somewhat adopted me. I don't have any family that's dentists, and they brought me into their family.
Dr. John says he introduced Dr. Gruber to the patients over the past year and a half. She's a great fit to take over. She's also a Marquette grad and a Germantown native.
I grew up right down the road from here, so being able to carry on his legacy in my hometown is amazing.
She's right on there. She knows exactly what to do, and she's doing it, and she's keeping up, and the patients all love her.
And Dr. Gruber says seeing the same families over and over again was part of what drew her to dentistry. Not a lot of professions that get to see families grow and change through the years.